All right, what is up, YouTube? We are finally back in America. I was on a 2-week hiatus going around Europe. Had my official wedding. Technically, I've already been married for like 2 years, but we had an official wedding rather than just a courthouse celebration that we had before. We're down to Italy. Small wedding, had like 8 people there. Then we did a little trip to Austria after with Bradley, and then we went to Paris after that. It was a great trip, but I don't recommend traveling with a toddler, especially like 15 months when she'd just becoming a toddler and she did not want to sleep. She got sick. We all got sick. It was chaos, but it was honestly really nice to have like intentional time together. I can finally wear a ring now. I've been married, but I haven't worn a ring because we wanted to have the official wedding to do this. Not to get super cheesy with you guys, but it's had me reflecting a lot about like love and marriage and all that kind of stuff. And I feel like there's a lot of skepticism amongst people that I talk to around it, like at least a lot of people, which makes sense given like divorce rates are like just under 50% now, which means if you're in a relationship with two people, I hope, or maybe you're by yourself, or three, I don't know, then odds are even higher. 50% chance of divorce rate, there's a pretty much a high rate that one of you guys, parents, had a divorce, so your idea of a relationship ends in divorce. If people don't trust institutions, no one trusts the government. People don't trust religion. People don't even trust family structures anymore. So it's become this like negative thing around it. And we live in a society that really like pushes like individuality and like self-made, selfish pursuits, like gain, make money, do stuff. Especially like men even are like, don't be vulnerable, don't lean on people, like be the strong person who provides, but don't need anything. Just don't need anything ever. It's like this whole mistrust of things, and I feel like that's trickled into like marriage. And even if it's something that's broken in our society, I don't think there's something that's wrong with it in that sense. I think maybe our society might be hurting because stuff like that is broken. Long-winded way to say, having the wedding, writing our vows, having the moments of just like so much focus on love, I feel like it made me really reflect that like the most beautiful thing I've really built in my life is my marriage and my relationship with Courtney. And everything is gonna fade. The body that I build and work for every day, the money you make, the business you have, it all fades. But if you do it right, your relationship is the one thing where at the end of life, it is at its strongest, best point ever. And I think there's something so beautiful, especially like me, like I talk about society, we push to be individualistic or whatever. That was me. I was like convincing Courtney when we were young that you don't need anyone, you don't need anything. Relationships are nice, but you don't need your partner and all this stuff. And learning over time, especially with her help, of like how important and helpful it is to have someone that you trust in every capacity to like lean on when time gets hard and to share everything that you have going on with. It's everything in life. And when I really think of like everything I have going on in my life, if I lost all of it, but I had Courtney and Bradley, I'd be great. And there's so much like peace in my heart and safety and security that I have in that. And I just think it's something that so many people are missing. And it's hard. It's probably the hardest thing that you can build in a relationship, but instead of it being something that like traps you, it actually creates more like peace and freedom in your life. It creates more like security, you know, someone who can actually hold you accountable. They're not holding you back from growth. They're actually creating a mirror for you to see your faults in yourself, of places where you can get better. And if you have a partner like Courtney who holds me accountable when I'm not being my best self, trust me, I have points I can be an asshole. It definitely happens where I blurt out things I don't mean and she holds me accountable and I'm able to look and reflect and repair the relationship through it and find what why it's coming out of me and why it's getting put onto her. I think there's nothing in my life more that's made me grow than my relationship with her, to make me become a better person, a better father, a better everything. And I think just having someone where you know, I think whether marriage is so important to me is because you're committing that no matter what, you're not giving up on each other. Like in a life where everything is so temporary right now, like stuff is so fleeting, marriage is like the one thing where no matter what, like we're gonna figure it out. We might go through hell, go through hard times, go through fights, but always, if our goal is at the end, we will always be together, then we need to repair along the way and continue to work towards that common goal of being together. And I just think there's something so beautiful about that, of just like an absolute, like, I wear this vow on my hand that like, I will always put you first. I will always take care of our relationship. There's so much meaning in that. And I think it's just so important to have somebody in your life like that, where when everything else is chaotic and going home, you have your rock, which is your wife and your partner. And I think in just our world right now, it's something that's really missing. For people don't really put the same effort they put into like pursuing their fitness or building a fucking $1 million business or all the stuff that they do their relationship, which ultimately brings you your most fulfillment and happiness. So that was a huge reflection I've been having since getting married. And our wedding was beautiful. It was so small with 8 people. I wrote my vows in the morning by hand, and it really had me like thinking and reflecting of how important all these things, these promises I was making, everything we've been through with each other, how all this stuff was. And then there was this moment at the wedding. I had some drinks in me. It was a bit of an emotional day. Don't judge me. This is me already pre-laying this. But we had a live band there, and the girl was fucking such a good singer. And she started singing Creep by Radiohead, which you wouldn't think is an emotional song, but she made it way deep. And I started crying because the song was just so beautiful. And I like turned away from my family, and me and Courtney were sitting here, and I just like was like looking at her, trying to like hide back my tears, because like I don't want to cry in public. You know, I'm vulnerable, but I'm still working on it, right? Give me some grace. But it was like such a subconscious moment where like I realized like she's my safe space. Even around my family, like when I have tears in my eyes and I feel vulnerable, I turn to my wife, because I know the way she sees me with pure love forever is my safe place to just be myself in whatever capacity that is. And just those little moments are just so important. Like as much as life gets crazy and I'm trying to get jacked to win Olympias and do all these things, like it comes down to that being the most important thing, and that really keeps me grounded. Such a beautiful thing. And I really just want, as much as I talk about like getting jacked and pursuing beautiful things in life, I also want something that I inspire people to do is to build a meaningful, lasting relationship and a beautiful family that they love, and to really be a voice of reason that is the most important thing in life. Like that's the most important thing to build and to focus on. So yeah, that's my long-winded dad rant for the day. Now we're gonna get jacked, because that's also very important. So getting in the gym. I have had 2 workouts back home, so I'm getting back to it. Since the trip, I was eating pretty good. I had pizza and baguettes and croissants and toast and fucking bread and sausage and bacon every single day, but it's okay because food's better in Europe. I trained like twice a week, and when I was training, I was just going really hard and really long and heavy in volume, just everything, just to keep from losing muscle. So now we're kind of rebuilding back a little bit. I'll explain more what I'm doing in my program right now, but I'm gonna get in the gym, get jacked, and get back to it, because it's time to lock it the fuck in. No more traveling, no more bullshit. I'm over this injury. Olympia's coming up. I'm like 10 weeks out of not competing, but I still want to be jacked, so lots coming on. Time to get a gym and get huge. It is hot in here. It's like 100 degrees outside right now. Still no AC in the gym. I know you guys keep saying it's all AC, but like I don't want to, so I'm not going to. And at least it makes my shoulder feel better. But update right now, training goal right now is increasing work capacity. So we're doing some hypertrophy before. Obviously took like 3 weeks off. Got sick, traveling, training what I could. But my work capacity is really low right now. So if I'm gonna jump in, do 100-pound dumbbells for a set of 10, the next set I'll probably fall off super quick. So instead of doing like 2 to 3 working sets, right now I'm doing like a lower volume 4 working sets, just to rebuild that work capacity for my body, so that in the future when I'm pushing I can get better. Everything from your muscle endurance, your heart, cardio, nervous system, it takes a while for it to like rebuild to be able to train hard for a long period of time. You can go all out for 1 set, but you want to be able to go all out for a long workout. That's how you make the most gains. So currently right now that's the goal. We're going to be adjusting as time goes on, but starting off with some shoulder press and some lat pull down. My shoulder has been getting a lot better. Maybe taking some time off of vacation was good for it. Also just started taking a bunch of peptides again. The good old BPC 157 TV 500, putting it right there in my shoulder. And I was taking it at the beginning of my injury. I've taken it through my whole prep, but I was taking it at the beginning of my injury, but I was so injured I felt like it wasn't helping, and I just got defeated and stopped. Just started taking it again about a week ago, and I feel like my shoulders felt better in a week already. So hopefully everything is going to come together and start to get healthier. So we'll see. But I am doing shoulder press. I was doing it on vacation, neutral grip. People are asking why. It hurts my shoulder less. That's why. It's really my only reason. So I'm keeping it close, and then a neutral grip pull down for the opposite motion, antagonist superset. I'm gonna go do it. The goal of this part is ascending load, keeping it 10% intensity spread. And this is why we just launched this thing for my app, Standard Plus. It's like this community with extra education and weekly calls with Justin and some with myself, because there's these little nuances to training where if you really care, can actually drive a lot more results. But in this phase of me trying to build work capacity, my goal is to start off with a load where I can get like 6 reps relatively easily, and then ascending load, so go heavier. Or if I don't have the small enough weight increments, to do a little bit more reps, like 1 more rep throughout the sets rather than going down. So ascending load, you're going up in load as you go on between the sets. And doing that over 4 sets just allows your body to get used to pushing more and more and more throughout the workout rather than less and less and less. So that's the goal of this one. Same thing on both. It's a 4 sets of 6 reps, 3-second negative, and then just explosive out of the bottom. So that was technically a 10% intensity spread ascending load from the beginning. Close enough. 10 pounds from 90 is close enough to 10%. So guess that weight pretty good. I got 1 more set. I gotta hit another 6 or so reps. And then next week, maybe I'll start with the hundreds and try and work up from there. Progressive overload. There's nothing better than sets of 6. That's a golden number right there. It's not too short where you're gonna kill yourself doing 1 or 2 reps. It's not so high, like 10 plus reps where you're just tired and mentally fatigued by the end. It's just like the perfect, like tired by 4 reps, push hard through 2. See you later. A lot more fun. It was funny we were in France at the end of our trip, And I mean, we all know it, so I'll just say it. French people have a reputation of being rude, and we experience some rude French people, but maybe it's cultural differences, so I'm not gonna label them as rude. But you can tell it's not cool to try there. Like trying to be nice or outgoing, or like styling your outfit too hard, or being jacked, essentially. Like you're trying too hard at something, it's not cool. It's like that old school version of when you're in school and you're like, I don't wanna try anything. Not cool. I feel like that's what defines Paris, at least, Parisians, if you will. Not defines them, what I experienced. People are gonna get mad at me even saying this, but I don't give a fuck. But I could tell there's no gyms there. There were like no gyms in Paris. No one works out. No French people were jacked. They were looking at me and they're probably like, why the fuck do you waste so much time in the gym? Like you try too hard. They were like looking at me like I was a freak walking around the streets. And I've significantly downsized from what I was. So there's an interesting difference in culture, to say the least. Everyone's wearing like dope outfits, but like minimalist black, just like nice pants, nice shirt, like super simple, skinny, smoking cigarettes and eating croissants. They don't eat croissants every day, but they do smoke a lot of cigarettes, so it was interesting. No jacked people in Paris though. So if you want to feel huge, walk around the streets of Paris, you'll feel jacked. It's hot. I feel like I'm bad at this, but of like communicating things that aren't helpful. I can't remember, I think it was like Ben Bergeron, a CrossFit book coach, with like one of the top female Icelandic girls probably. They were doing like a winter workout and he made her go do like a run outside, and she came inside and he was like, how was it? She's like, cold. He's like, oh, do it again. She ran out, came back in, did it again. He's like, how was it? She's like, still cold. He's like, go do it again. How much? And then she came back in the third time. He's like, I'm paraphrasing here, but it's like, how was it that time? She's like, good. He's like, all right, you're done. She's like teaching her mentally to not focus on the things that are making things harder. Don't vocalize that it's hot, that you're tired, that it's cold out. Just shut up and do the work. And some people are impacted that a lot more by others, but the body goes where the brain goes. So I gotta keep my ass from bitching about this heat in here. I'm grateful for the heat. Heat makes my shoulder feel better, so I love the heat. Makes me perform better. It's cold in here. I've never progressively done like a neutral grip, elbows tucked press. I'll like throw it in partway through my workout with like lighter weight when I'm already fatigued, and I don't do that consistently. So now that it's like way better for my shoulder and I'm doing it more, I'm curious if I'll ever be able to get up to the 150s like that. Because traditionally I've just been way weaker like that because I haven't done it. So if I can press the 150s as a natty C-bum, half natty C-bum, with that kind of form, I'd be fired up. Then I'd have a huge chest. Hopefully. All right, that's a wrap on today's workout. First workout back from vacation, like 11 weeks out of the Olympia that I'm not competing in. Got, what's going on in life right now? We have a transformation challenge for my app. Holy shit, what the fuck did I just say? We have a transformation challenge for my app launching on August 14th, 16th, 17th. We've changed it multiple times, but it's around that time in this third week of August. So I'm gonna be fucking trying to get shredded and jacked throughout that. Building up towards that right now. It's kind of what's going on right now. So we'll be updating you guys on more of that to come for sure. Maybe we'll do a little bit of physique update to come. You can see what I look like post vacation. But other than that, I gotta go do a shoot right now so you guys can tag along for that. We got some food delivered to the gym. I got a nice bison wrap here. I haven't eaten since breakfast. So I've had like 4 scoops of EAs today because I was not planning on training this late. So I'm gonna get some real food in me, go do this shoot. I'm probably not gonna have time to shower now, so I'll be sweating disgusting, but you guys can't smell me on the camera, so it is what it is. She got sick, and we got sick, and she got jet. We went out long after we got into Vitamin Shop, and we were like rolling, and it was just like go, go, go. But like, it was us, like 4 people sitting behind a laptop just watching the Shopify tick up.
Never like compared to
We
other
don't pay
brands.
attention.
We care about like, our creativity comes from such different spaces, you know, like clothing or, you know, stuff that has nothing to do with sports nutrition. So like, yeah, we all love to work out, we love good quality products, but like when we're building a campaign, or it's not like, oh, like, we need to do that. No, we're just doing what we
Our
like.
ability to like just make a decision because we wanted to before, and if it failed, we'd be like, oh, whatever, like we'll fix it. Now the decisions are fucking massive. All right, so we just had a shoot for Raw. It was just like a little interview with me, Dom, and Matt. August is our 5th anniversary, so it's our birthday month, and we're gonna be doing like really cool like celebration birthday thing for Raw. But we were just sitting down talking, reminiscing of like the start of the business and stuff that we've been through over the years, and it's pretty crazy sitting back and thinking about that stuff. Like I reflect a lot about how crazy life is now, but I don't often look back and really remember like all the crazy shit we've been through to get here. So it's pretty cool to sit and talk about that stuff. It's insane that it's been like 5 years of building this company, and thinking where we started in the back of a little gym to the other warehouse to this warehouse to beyond this warehouse and everything. It's crazy. So there's lots of cool stuff changing. We got that big sale coming up in August. We're working on some really fucking good athletes that we're signing. We just signed Terrence and Keon. So we got the 212 champ, best poser in the game right now, Terrence Ruffin, and some incredible competitors, both champions in their own regard. So super excited about that, leaning into the bodybuilders, top of the sport. I can't be on stage this year, but we're collecting some other guys. We also got some more people that I can't talk about yet that we're working on. Top influencers, not bodybuilders, maybe some more bodybuilders. But we're gonna fucking explode the Raw athlete program this year. It's gonna be crazy. And then we're gonna start busting up more events, dope shit, the Olympia this year. It's gonna be a great end of the year. So yeah, there's lots of stuff going on. I'll fill you guys in as they come and as things go. Hopefully, I was out of town for the last 3 weeks and all the athletes came and trained and were filming, and I didn't get to see any of them, but we bring them back every couple of months just to shoot content, work out, shoot the shit and all the stuff. So I'll try and hop in with some workouts with them in the future. But that's kind of a quick update of what's going on right now. And I gotta get home and eat some food. So thank you guys for watching. I'll see you later. All right, one last thing to wrap up this video. We're having a transformation challenge. We're gonna be giving away $15,000 in prizes. And this is for myself as much as anyone else. This is important to me because I'm gonna be doing this one too. Since retiring from the Olympia, I haven't had that same like passion and drive towards like doing the things I know I need to do. And in not doing that, which for me starts in the gym with my nutrition, the rest of my life still feels a little bit blah and just like, even more anxious and just not there properly. So the goal of this challenge is called Standard 6, the shift. It's a 6-week challenge. The winner is going to get a $10,000 prize pack, $5,000 in prizes, $5,000 in cash straight in your pocket. And then the runner-up is $2,500, $1,500. And then we're also going to have an overall transformation challenge or winner besides just the winners. And there's guidelines on how to win and everything. Every single person is going to get access to our Standard Plus weekly phone calls. So Justin's on all of them. I hop on all of them that I can, going over nutrition, all these things like that, diet, training, everything. You guys can ask with questions in the Q&A on the end. And then on top of that, you're going to get a PDF on cutting, diet, everything you guys need to know, access to the training, the macro calculator, and of course the incentive of the prizes. And the goal of this is more than just diet. Essentially, we're actually going to be giving you guys a list of habits to add to your life, and you're going to be choosing 6 of those. So it's 6 weeks, 6 habits. Me, 6-time Mr. Olympia. I'm not getting 7 this year, so I need this for myself. But these habits are meant to put you in a position where you need to succeed. A lot of us know what we need to do, a lot of us don't. And a lot of us just need to create the life and the mindset that gets us to where we need to go. And a lot of that comes from our daily habits. It's, you are what you repeatedly do, not what you think, not what you want to do, not what you think you can do. You are just what you do. So in doing little habits throughout the day that you know are making you better, it makes everything in your life easier, and the rest just kind of comes from that. And it's so important. And even myself recently, because I know this is coming, and I know there's a structure and a plan and a transformation and a challenge, I created myself a diet plan, and in following that, I just immediately felt better. And in doing that, I trying to be off my phone less in certain times of the day when I'm not working, trying to be more intentional with my family, trying to read more instead of fucking scrolling my phone. I cleaned up my closet randomly, which made me feel way better because I'm decluttering my space and my mind is less anxious. So all these little changes and habits that people probably don't realize are so important to how you feel, and also probably some of the reasons that you're self-sabotaging other areas of your life, are so crucial and so important. And that's why this challenge is more so about changing your body, but really just like getting you into a mindset and a rhythm of life that is making you into the man or woman you want to be and getting you the life that you want. So that's the goal of this challenge. And of course, the cash prizes are also dope. But the community that you guys are going to get from this is awesome. Everyone who joins these every year are just so incredible. People have done some crazy transformations in the past. We have some of the examples up on the website. But I'm going to put the link in the comments, in the caption here, wherever you guys need to find it. If you guys want to sign up, please jump into this, and hopefully we can all get shredded or jacked or whatever your goals are. The goal isn't necessarily just get shredded. It could be get jacked. It's just overall transformation, creating the best life that you can. And we're going to give you guys the habits, the PDFs, the calls, all the stuff you guys need to succeed. So yeah, it'll be good. And I need this for myself, genuinely. I truly believe having like an end goal and a purpose and a passion and a schedule, routine, structure, all those fucking adjectives that you can throw in there, really help you actually do the things that you set your mind to. So super important to do this kind of bullshit. If not, don't give a fuck. You're missing out and you're going to be skinny or not hitting your goals, whatever it may be. But yeah, so that's it. It's a wrap on today's video. Kind of bouncing around today. I still haven't showered since the gym, and I usually shower at work after I train. So I'm going to go inside my home, eat some food, shower, and hang this up for the day. So see you guys later.